Texas League Baseball is right now here in South Texas. And now, here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you there, Bobby. We welcome everybody back from the day off, and gotta say, the first game of a 6-game set between the visiting Springfield Cardinals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is Taco Night Tuesday here at the ballpark, and so far, hope everybody is super excited for this homestand. And so far, what we have in it, it's going to be really, really fun. Uh-oh, are we still getting into the all this stuff going on? As it seems like all this stuff going on. Yeah, it seems like our broadcast is getting uninterrupted because it's still buffering online, but hopefully things will get better. Probably the bandwidth of the signal, but most evidently, I think hopefully that should work it out, maybe. Well, anyway, tomorrow is Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark, and so far, all military members that show the proof of ID get to the box office, present the ID, and you get 2 free infield seats courtesy of the Missions. 2 teams continue the series on Thursday and Friday night as the Flying Chanclas will be in town as taking on the Springfield Cardinals. And then Saturday night we'll have our drone show after the ball game. Series wraps up Sunday evening at 7:05 as we'll conclude this homestand. And then after that, we'll head off to Frisco to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. Missions will be back home on Tuesday the 18th through the 25th, taking on the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals in a 6-game set. Missions on the 25th will most definitely head to Springfield right after that. And so far, they'll stay there for 6 days and then come back to take on Midland for a 6-game series. And then it'll be our last road travel of the year there in Amarillo. Well, anyway, we do have some exciting news as we are going to show y'all what came out today, and everybody's going to be saying ooh and ah about that. But anyway, we'll go ahead and present it to y'all. Well, the San Antonio Missions released their 2027 schedule for next year. And so far, let's go ahead and give it to y'all. Starting on opening day, which that is Friday, April 2nd through the 4th, we start off a short 3-game homestand with the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. We are up in Midland on Tuesday, the 6th through the 11th, taking on the Rockhounds. The 13th through the 18th, taking on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders. And then gone for 2 weeks. The 20th through the 25th, we are up in Amarillo, taking on the Sod Poodles. And then our first road trip in 5 years, taking on Northwest Arkansas in their ballpark. Missions return home. They take on the Midland Rockhounds on May the 4th through the 9th. And then it's a road trip to Springfield to take on the Cardinals the 11th through the 16th. Missions will have a 12-game homestand right after that. They'll take on a leadoff 6 against the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks, the 18th through the 23rd, and then the 25th through the 30th against the visiting Frisco Rough Riders. In June, we'll be up in Midland, the 1st through the 6th in Midland, and then June the 8th through the 13th, we got the visiting Arkansas Travelers coming to town. Wow, so that's 5 years. They have never been to San Antonio, but now they are coming next year. The 15th through the 20th will be up in Frisco, and then the 22nd through the 27th with the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles, and then we'll head to Arkansas for the first half road trip at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. That is the 29th through July 4th. Missions return home. They take on one more homestand of the first half, taking on the visiting Midland Rockhounds July 6th through the 11th. Missions will head to Amarillo for the Friday through Sunday series starting the 16th through the 18th of July, taking on the Sod Poodles. Missions return home. They take on the visiting Springfield Cardinals in a 6-game set, the 20th through the 25th. Missions will head to Corpus Christi for a 6-game set, and then it'll be back home to take on the visiting Tulsa Drillers the 3rd through the 8th. Missions back home on the road as they head to Frisco the 10th through the 15th, taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. Missions will be back home to take on Corpus Christi the 17th through the 22nd of August, and then we head to Wichita. The one and only 6-game series of the year is against the Wichita Wind Surge, and then we'll come back home and take on Northwest Arkansas the 31st through September 5th. Missions will finish the 2027 regular season in Corpus Christi, and so far that is going to be your 2027 schedule right there. Kind of amazing how this schedule came out. We now have 4 North Division teams that are coming to San Antonio. That is Arkansas, Tulsa, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas. Wichita will be the only one that is not coming to San Antonio next year, but most evidently, I guess it is what it is. But anyway, we are excited to give you this news, and so far we hope that you guys go get the 2027 schedule. It is out now in the box office. Make sure you go get it after tonight's ball game. Or you can pick it up right now as you come into the ball game. And so far, you could tell your friends who San Antonio will be playing next year. And so far, that'd be pretty good. Go tell your friends. Tell us all about the Missions, and go tell everybody about this great baseball club we have here in San Antonio. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, I'm also joined in the booth by my friend and longtime partner, Bob. Bob, I got to say, for the past 5 years that you've been on this show, and for me being 6 years, it's really good to see that you've been my partner. And I know this has been a real challenging year for you. I kid you not. I mean, after the passing of Ann and Steph, it's become really of a challenging for you. Yeah, it really has been there, Johnny. And I got to say, it has been a hard year for me, but evidently with the family and friends that I have and the supporters of the Missions, you know, y'all have really been praying for me through the time that I lost my wife And it's really hard, you go through something like this. It is just rough. And I do miss her. I miss her every day. And not a day goes by that I don't. Well, she's watching down upon us, and I know that she's very, very proud of the husband that she had. And so far, just glad that I got to know her, and so far, just a pretty good thing. But anyway, as we get things ready to rock and roll on this Tuesday night, we'll send it down to the broadcast. And so far, hope y'all enjoy it as we get ready to go here this evening. So far, Springfield wearing their red and white uniforms, and pretty good about that. Left-hander Omar Cruz is getting the pitching duties tonight. ERA 4.91, a whip of 1.91, strikeout of 5, 27.8, and strikeout rates, a walk rate of 16 and 7, which he's got it pretty good. Leading off for Springfield, left fielder Zach Levinson, as he gets the ball game ready to rock and roll here in San Antonio. And 3 magic words, let's play ball. First pitch by Cruz, and we are underway as the first pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, we give you ball clubs tonight. Frisco at Midland, Tulsa at Corpus Christi, Springfield at San Antonio, Amarillo at Arkansas, Wichita and Northwest Arkansas going tonight. So far, a pretty good one. That one is line foul. It's 0-2. Boy, Springfield and their beautiful red jerseys. I like the red. Tonight they have the red jersey, gray pants, or gray whitish pants, I should say. Well, whatever color it is there, Johnny. I don't know if you're colorblind or not. Very funny there, Bobby. Well, tonight let's give these Springfield Cardinals the starting lineups. Levinson's Uguedo Baez will lead it off. Page Ortiz, Petrus, Ragsdale, Rodriguez, and Richardson rounded out for Springfield here this evening. The batter now is Miguel Ugueto as he comes in. And here's the pitch right there inside for a strike. It's 0-1. First time Springfield has been to San Antonio in a long time. Since 2025. Right there, and now to play foul. It's 0-2. Partly cloudy skies. Temperature, boy, it was hot today. 98 degrees. And so far, we did pretty good. I drank about 4 bottles of water, and it felt pretty good. I was nicely hydrated going through today. And that's always the best thing you should do there, Johnny, is stay hydrated when you're out. And that goes for everybody. Everybody in the audience needs to stay hydrated in these hot days, including our visitors from Springfield. That is good. Right there high in the air, straight away up to center field is Ty Roberts, as he'll make the play for out number 2 as Jesus Baez is down. And here is the first baseman, Trey Page. Boy, getting a rehab assignment from St. Louis. And that one's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And 2 aboard now with only 2 outs. Man, and the Springfield Cardinals really had a pretty good time getting something going between their North Division opponents. Yeah, that is for sure. Here is Daniel Ortiz, the third baseman for the Cardinals. Taking in a strike. It's 0-1. 2-1-2 out here in the top of the Springfield first inning. Here is the 0-1 offering. And that one is outside as 1-1. So far, I give you scores. Midland leading the Frisco Rough Riders 4-2, bottom of 3. Corpus Christi leading 4-1 against Tulsa. That one yanked foul. It's 1-2. And evidently coming back after a series last week in Amarillo, which San Antonio lost 5 out of that 6. San Antonio got lucky to win that final game that Sunday, 6-4, I should say. Oh, you was thinking it was 8-4, but no way you would say that. Yeah, I'd be pulling your leg if I said, oh, look, San Antonio took it by 8-4, but no, it was 6-4. Well, right there, that is out number 3, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Springfield. And we go now to the bottom of the first. San Antonio coming to bat right after these commercial messages. West Creek Trail Rides is into the house. A right-handed reliever, a right-handed starter, Hunter Hayes, is on the mound for Springfield. A 4-seam slider, slurve, a circle change, and a 2-seam fastball getting in for tonight's Springfield Cardinals. Well, leading off this bottom half of the first inning, shortstop Francisco Acuna. Then Northwest Arkansas leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Strike inside to Acuna, 0-1 to Hunter Hayes. Now, I did call Hayes a starting reliever, but evidently he's tonight's starter for Springfield. And no balls at 2 strikes the count. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one right there, line through for the base hit. And San Antonio to the hit column. What's that right there? A pretty good, well-defined hit for Francisco Acuna as he gets on base and gets something going. Taco Night Tuesday underway, Military Appreciation Night tomorrow evening. So make sure if you are military that you show the proof of your military ID. Get 2 infield box seats for free. And then come on in. We got you a pretty good discount on also our concession stands as well. 1 ball and no strikes. And that one is going to be pelted. That one deep high in the air. That one is out of here. And San Antonio strikes for 2 by center fielder Kai Roberts. By golly, that was cool. First home run of the homestand. And they are really getting something off to a good start. That is for sure. Well, they greet the visitors with the bang. And here now is left fielder Kai Murphy. As he comes in and takes a strike, it's 0-1. 3-4-5 due up against Hunter Hayes. He'll lead it off. And that one is going to be a high pop-up right there. Up in right center field. Makes the catch as the right fielder. And that is out number 1. With that, let's give our home team starting lineups for the Missions here tonight. And so far, there they are. Acuna, Roberts, Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathios, Dungan, Mondu, Linares, and Verdugo rounded out for San Antonio. Romeo Sanabria coming in now for the Missions. He is the first baseman. As he takes that one in for a strike, it's 0-1. Arkansas leads Amarillo 1-0, bottom of the 5th inning.
Ball, that's out.
And that one is inside for a count now 1-1. Boy, Tulsa trying to make a comeback there at Bayfront Park in Corpus Christi. Boy, they get a run in to score top of the 4th inning, which that's pretty good. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out. Sanabria to the plate. Right there, that is foul. And the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. That one is yanked foul. It's still holding 2-2. But a lot of clouds tonight. And hot and humid as it is. So far, a lot of fans coming in and getting ready to go in this homestand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is a high pop-up straightaway right field. And under it, the Springfield right fielder will take it for out number 2. Well, that'll bring in right fielder Braden Carpathios as he comes in. San Antonio leading this game 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st inning. The 2 runs that came in to score. Boy, just a pretty good night for San Antonio to win. And so far, that's 6-4 advantage last week in Amarillo, which that was a pretty good ball game for a Sunday. But losing 5 out of that 6-game series was not a laughing matter to even coincide. Yeah, you're not kidding. And right there, a swing and a miss. That will do it. And so far, that inning comes to an end. Guy Roberts getting that 2-run shot for the Missions. And we go to the 2nd inning. San Antonio leading it 2-0. Ian Paturas will come in for the 2nd inning for Springfield when we come back here in this one. Well, we're about set to go for the top half of the 2nd inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ian Petrus is coming in now, 6-7-8. Leading it off for the Springfield Cardinals. Takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here's the pitch. High pop-up straight away. 3rd baseman is Nate Mondu. He'll take it himself. And that is out number 1.
Center fielder, number 22.
Mondu doing pretty good. Here is Josiah Ragsdale. Ragsdale coming in, ready to go. And here's the pitch to him, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's down and in for the base hit. One out single for Ragsdale as he comes in and blisters one to straightaway center. Is that right there? Pretty good. Here is Rainiel Rodriguez, the Springfield catcher. No balls, one strike, the count, and here's the pitch. And that one is crushed. And we got a tie ball game as it goes to the lazy river. Get somebody to fish out that baseball and give that to a good fan that deserves that. 2-2 ball game. Boy, Springfield is not going down without a fight as they come to San Antonio for the first time in 2026 to visit the Missions. Well, evidently, Springfield visit Frisco, Amarillo, Corpus Christi, and I don't think they visit Midland. But Springfield has been on a pretty good roll this year. High in the air, up to right field. Carpathios takes it himself. And that is out number 2.
Number 4.
Well, left fielder is Zach Levittson. 0 for 1 strikeout to the leadoff batter. Here is the first pitch. And that one is yanked foul, 0-1. But very happy about today as we got the 2027 schedules out, and so far to lead off the new year for a 3-game series against Amarillo starting on Friday, April 2nd. April 2nd through the 4th, that's the first weekend in April to lead off a 3-game series against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Miguel Ugueto coming in now, 1 for 1. Swings and misses, and it's 0-1. 1 for 1 single tonight. That pretty good. Boy, and another run for Tulsa comes in to score. Corpus Christi leading by a run. It's 4-3. Right there in the swing and a miss, it's 0-2. 2-out runner at first. 2-2 ball game in the top of the second inning. Crowds coming in, especially they drive all the way from Springfield, Missouri to catch baseball. And that right there will do it. But Rainiel Rodriguez gets a 2-run shot and ties up the ball game as we go now to 2.5. It is Springfield and San Antonio tied 2-2. About set to go as Clay Dungan will get things ready to rock and roll. The bottom of 2 coming up. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for the Missions. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Clay Dungan getting set to go as we lead off the bottom of the second. Mason Molina and Brendan Clark, two left-handers getting loose for the Springfield bullpen. So far, pretty good for the Cardinals. They come in this one. And the pitch right there, that one is high fly in the air. And that one up the right field. And that one is out, number one.
Batting seventh, third baseman.
Third baseman Nate Mondu is in. Getting set to go for San Antonio. And here's the pitch from Hunter Hayes. Yanks that one foul. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Boy, chase that one outside there, Johnny, and that's going to make you go crazy till your head spins. You have almost definitely for sure when you say that. Up to center, that is out, number 2.
Batting eighth, catcher, number 4.
Well, the catcher is Oswaldo Linares as he comes in. Makes his first time coming into a Missions game wearing the uniform. That one is going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. Going to first, going to second, all the way to the wall. And that's going to be a 2-out double for Oswaldo Linares. And that's double meat cheeseburger coupons, courtesy of Whataburger. Ooh, Whataburger sounds pretty good, right, Bobby? You're not kidding. Whataburger is the best, and it's a San Antonio favorite for a lot of years. Even though when they built the first one in Corpus Christi in 1970. Yep. Luis Verdugo coming in now. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. That one right there, line drive. That's a diving stop right there. And they got him. Easy play. And in the half inning, Jesus Baez covering the shortstop area. And no runs, a hit, no errors. 1 left on for San Antonio. And we go to the top of the third to lead off the shortstop, Jesus Baez. He'll lead it for Springfield when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the top half of the third inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you there, Bobby. Jesus Baez coming in. Third inning of work for the starting left-hander, Omar Cruz. No balls and one strike. 2-2 ball game here in San Antonio. That one is in for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Baez. Swing and a miss. They got him down on strikes. Fourth one for the starting left-hander. And boy, tell you one thing, just 6 more, and the free breakfast on the bun coupon is for everybody. Courtesy of Whataburger. Trey Page coming in now. And the pitch. Circle change. That's in. 0-1. 1-for-1 single by Page. It's really good. Yep, and I did make a boo-boo right there, Bobby. Yeah, you sure did. Don't say that again. That one right there in the count now. 0-2. Nothing like somebody cheating in the Astros organization, and gotta say that's just rough around the edges when they saw that. That one way up there, up to right center field. That is through for a hit. And the runner at third now on the 1-out triple by Trey Page. Yeah, I know. They were banging on trash cans. They were literally, stealing catcher signals from the opposing side. I mean, who does that? Bobby, somebody that loves to cheat and don't play the game of baseball correctly. The major leagues did it, and then they got fined a bunch of money. They got fined millions of dollars. Well, here is Daniel Ortiz as he hits that one high in the air. Sanabria leaves his post to make the play. Out in foul territory, out number 2. But being fined millions and then getting subject to ejections, which they did. The manager of the Houston Astros got fired after that. And so far, he wanted another season. He wanted to just get things going good. That one's down and right there, and Springfield will take the lead. It's Springfield 3-2. By golly, and they're getting things rocking and rolling here in good old San Antonio. But yeah, I see your meaning there, Johnny. They should have been fined like crazy after the cheating scandal.
Oh, that pitch is out.
Josiah Ragsdale, the center fielder, coming in. 1-for-1 single for the Cardinals. Amarillo leading Arkansas 2-1 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Corpus Christi 7-3, bottom of 4. Frisco leading Midland 5-4 there at Franco Park, which that's pretty good. Right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And now 2-1 and 2 out here in the third as Josiah Ragsdale gets a single to straightaway center. But most evidently glad that the minor leagues didn't do what the major leagues did. Yeah, it'd be a big boycott all around. Man, it sure would. The catcher is Rainier Rodriguez, 1-for-1, 2-run shot in the second. I tell you one thing, players and coaches and the whole faculty and staff would all get fined a big amount of money. Right there in the count now, 0-2. Yeah, I tell you, you were pretty much upset why they did that, and I think you told me at one time somebody in retail came and they paid you a visit. Yeah, that's for sure, they did. Here's the 0-2 right there. And that one is up to Sanabria, out number 3. But Springfield gets the run on Ian Petrus as he comes in and puts one in to score. And that will be this one. Well, we'll have a new arm on the mound. And that will be Mason Molina as he comes in relief for Springfield. And we'll be right back to this broadcast here in this one. John Baker will lead it here in the bottom of the third when we come back. Well, we go to the bottom of the third for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Leading things off, Francisco Acuna coming in now. As that one's taken well and inside for a strike, it's 0-1. Oh, hopefully going to see a nice orange hue evening. A lot of clouds in the area, so hopefully tonight being our lucky night.
Ball inside.
Yeah, pretty much for sure. You look at the orange and blue. It kind of takes me back to that time when that little kid on Home Improvement was being funny. Hey, where's the tool man? And Al says, oh, the tool man? Oh, he's in the hospital with a boo-boo.
Ball 2.
A boo-boo? What do I look like, a 3-year-old? Oh, man. That little kid towed him off. Yeah, center fielder Kai Roberts, 1 for 1. That's a 2-run home run in the first inning.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I just started dying laughing when I heard that kid say that the first time. 0-1. A swing and a miss. 0-2. There's the 0-2 offering. And that one's going to be high fly in the air up to left. And it runs it down. Springfield left fielder number 4 will make the play for the out. And there's out number 2. Left fielder's Kai Murphy. 0 for 1 fly out for the Missions. I'm going to have to rewatch that show again. Yeah, for sure.
Ball, that's just out.
That one is outside. Is 1 ball and no strikes. A boo-boo. What do I look like, a 3-year-old? Man, I tell you what, we're going to have to find that so I can let y'all hear that. Up to right field, and that will do it. The side is retired. So it's no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for the Missions. We go to the 4th. Springfield leads it 3-2. Trey Richardson coming in as we lead off the 4th for Springfield tonight. And we'll be right back here in this one. Well, we're just about set to go for the top of the fourth. Trey Richardson about ready to come on in. And so far, John Baker has something funny that he wants to get y'all going with. So remember that episode of Home Improvement where that little kid says, I'm not a 3-year-old? Season 6, episode 21, titled Insult to Injury. But anyway, yeah, let's take a listen.
Hi, Gary. This is Gary Phelps. He's the little tyke that lives here.
Where's the tow man?
Well, as I already explained to our audience, he's in the hospital with a boo-boo.
Boo-boo? What do I look like, a 3-year-old?
Oh, by golly. So that's where you got it from, didn't you? Oh, man. It's kind of funny when you just enjoy a show like that. But anyway, we lead off the top half of the fourth inning for Springfield. Trey Richardson coming in now, 9-1-2. Fourth inning of work for the left-handed starter, Omar Cruz. As he gets ready to go, takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Just sit there dying laughing at what that little kid says. Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, I bet you enjoyed that one. Oh, I enjoyed that a lot. It was great. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to the 9-hole batter for Springfield, and that's going to get down line drive. That's a base hit. Lead off single for Trey Richardson.
Left fielder, number 4.
And that's going to bring in Zach Levinson, the leadoff batter. That one yanked foul. 0-1. 1 for 2 single tonight by Levinson. 0-1. Here's the pitch, and right there and out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, and that one's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit, and he's going for it. And now second and third now.
Now batting. Right
Boy, what they should have never done was get it out to that third base area, because now from first to second, that runner at first advanced to second. I did see that. Miguel Uguedo coming in now as he swings and misses at the initial offering. It's 0-1. I'll give you some scores. Frisco leading Midland 8-4, top of the 5th. There at Franco Park in Midland. Corpus Christi 7-3 against Tulsa. Springfield leading 3-2, top of the 4th. And that's going to get down. Line drive, that's a base hit. And 2 more runs come in for Springfield. It's now 5-2. 2-run RBI single by Miguel Uguedo as he comes in and delivers those 2 runs straight to home plate. My golly, that was just really cool for him to get going. Here is Jesus Baez as he comes in. He's ready to go. Here's the pitch right there. And they got him out at second. And that is out number 1. Right on time, they pick him off. We got to look at that. That was a low-key pitch right there. Yeah, most definitely. That was a good fastball right there. But Baez now in 0-1 count now. And here's the 0-1 delivery. And that one is foul, 0-2. One Northwest Arkansas leading 4-2 against Wichita. Bottom of the fourth inning there at Riverboat Field in North Little Rock, Arkansas. The 0-2. High in the air and out of play. And the count now 0-2. Springfield leads the game by 3 runs. 5-2 our score, top of the fourth. That one is high fly in the air. And that is out number 2, caught by center fielder Kai Roberts as he makes the play. Well, San Antonio's got a lot of work to do if they want to try to win another one and claim a 2-game winning streak. Here's the pitch to Trey Page. That one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Two out, nobody on. 1-0 offering.
No.
Outside, that's 2-0. Starting to get dark on this Tuesday night. Fans enjoying the atmosphere, and the pitch is right there and in for a strike, 2-1. But so happy that next year in 2027, Arkansas, Tulsa, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas will all get to come to San Antonio. Except for one North Division team, not Northwest Arkansas, but Wichita will not come next year. 2-2. And that one fouled off, and the count now 2-2. Would have been nice if they were added into a April 6-game set. Right there, ground ball right to Luis Verdugo, out number 3, as that's caught by the first baseman Romeo Sanabria. Well, we go bottom of 4. Springfield gets 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We are middle of 4, and it's Springfield 5, San Antonio 2. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. First baseman Romeo Sanabria coming in as that one's taken downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Amarillo and Arkansas getting close to the end of their ball game, and All-American Ballpark, North Little Rock, Arkansas. Boy, not a lot of a sunset hue tonight to those clouds, but hopefully tomorrow we could see a pretty good one. Right there, line foul, 2-2 the count now. San Antonio trying to get one or two of these runs back from Springfield. That one right there, glove to the third baseman, caught for the out. And that is one down.
Right fielder, number 22.
So Arkansas, Tulsa, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas coming to San Antonio next year. Wichita, only team that doesn't come. So, gotta say, I guess somebody else will get the win surge. Nothing and one the count now to Braden Carpathios. Here's the pitch. And that one is a circle back. Whoa. Yeah, nothing and two. Boy, you almost blew it there, Johnny. Yeah, I nearly did that again, didn't I? Uh-huh. No, it's okay. I did it once, and so far, I guess you yelled at me, so now I'm yelling at you about that. I guess we're even there. And right there, out number 2 is Carpathios down on strikes. The designated hitters, Clay Dungan, 0 for 1 lineout. Boy, Amarillo leading 3-1 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Boy, just a pretty good night for all of our Texas League teams here tonight. Two outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. And that one right there is 1-2. And right there, a swing and a miss. Goes down at first, and that ends the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for the Missions. And we head to the 5th inning. Springfield leads it 5-2. So we'll be right back here in this one as Daniel Ortiz will lead it off for the Cardinals when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the top of 5 right now for the Springfield Cardinals, the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Daniel Ortiz ready to go. 5-6-7 due up against the left-handed starter Omar Cruz. Wind up and pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Boy, so far, just a nice evening of baseball on a Tuesday night. A lot of fans coming out, enjoying themselves, and by golly, we are here up in the booth enjoying ourselves, right, Bobby? Yep, for sure. Nothing beats a great day as we see the cooler temperatures come on down.
Ball. Down.
And so far, after the hot 98, close to 100-degree day here in San Antonio, it's just been a really hot one. 1-2 the pitch.
That's ball 2.
And that is ball 2. So they're going to argue that. So see right where that was, and they are going to uphold the 2-2 count. So nothing you could do about that when you see that Jeff Andrews was right about that. Right there. Diving stop right there. Omar Cruz got him for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
And by golly, that was cool. He knocked it down right off the body. And Cruz got him. Touche, my friend. Touche. Ian Petrutz coming in now. Cruz going to have a good night tonight. Going to sleep well after this ball game. No balls and 1 strike to Ian Petrutz. 1 for 2, RBI single in the third. Corpus Christi still leading 7-3. Top of the 6th inning against the Tulsa Drillers. There at beautiful Bayfront Park. Could have wished we went some more to Bayfront Park this year, but we don't get to see that place anymore this year. 0-2. I pop up straight away in foul territory. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, goes over and makes the play for out number 2.
center fielder, number 20.
Well, you look at 74% of his four-seam fastball has been in for strikes for the left-handed starter Omar Cruz. Just a really powerful game he's pitching here in this one. Yeah, I got to say, Johnny, he's doing really well. Josiah Ragsdale coming in now. Hits that one high fly in the air up to right field. And Braden Carpathios pulls it down for out number 3. 5.5 come and gone as we lead off the bottom of the 5th coming up for San Antonio. Springfield leading it 5-2. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, will lead it off when we come back here in this one. Well, just about laid it ready for the bottom of the fifth right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bobby. Nate Mondu coming in now as we lead off the bottom of five, as that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Sunset getting going. That one is lined high in the air up to the left field area and caught for the out. 0-1. Boy, just getting dark as we arrive into this bottom half of the inning. Oswaldo Linares coming in now. Tonight's Missions catcher. Tonight, Ethan Salas looks like he's got the night off, which that's nice. He deserves that night off. Here is the pitch, 0-1. That one yanked foul, 0-2. Ethan Salas has had a pretty good season for San Antonio this year. Hopefully, continuing on for the next couple of days. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count, and here's the pitch. That one ricochet foul, 1-2. Hopefully having a night off, or he didn't get a call up to AAA El Paso just yet. And right there, up to the first baseman, out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, number 11.
Well, Springfield up 5-2 in the game. Here's the second baseman, Luis Verdugo. Mason Molina pitching for Springfield. High in the air, high in right field. And that will do it. Well, we go to the top half of the 6th inning here as Springfield leading it 5-2. And we'll be right back here in this one. Halfway of this ball game, first of the 6-game series in the visiting Springfield Cardinals. So far, just a nice time to see these two ball clubs finally play each other here in 2026. They're having Amarillo, Midland, Frisco, Corpus Christi, Wichita, and so far many others as well that came to San Antonio this year. Well, we go top half of the 6th inning, leading it off for Springfield, number 31. As we show you the line look of both sides tonight. And that will be Rainier Rodriguez. Bob, take it away.
Thank you there, Johnny. Well, Rainier Rodriguez coming in for Springfield. The pitch is high fly, and that is out of play. The count now 0-1. Boy, Arkansas would have to get some runs going if they want to catch up with Amarillo there at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. That is for sure there, Bobby. And I got to say, Amarillo leading 3-1. So far, they got to really put that ball into play for the Arkansas Travelers. 0-2. Here is pitch number 70.
Ball.
And that is down and in, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. And a pitch right there. And that's going to get down for the base hit. But I tell you, for the month of August, it sure seems like it gets dark a whole lot earlier. It's not like we're in daylight savings time already, which that doesn't take effect until the first week of November.
That's a ball.
That one downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Trey Richardson, the second baseman for Springfield. 1 for 2 single. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit to right field.
And now that's going to be 2 aboard and nobody out.
Now batting, left fielder, number 4.
Oh, by golly, it's just not going through the way of Omar Cruz. But the manager's going to get out there, and he's going to have to relieve him on this one. Yeah, so we are going to have a new arm coming up. That is Kyle Hart. So far, the left-handed starter, Omar Cruz, is gone for the night, but is expected to take an L, a no decision, or a W if the bullpen can find a way to get something going. Left-handed reliever, Kyle Hart, ERA 5.86, strikeout rate 20-7, 255 on a 189. Which that right there, pretty good for San Antonio as he comes in. Zach Levinson coming in for Springfield.
Ball. That's inside.
And Bob, take it away. Yep, thank you there, Johnny. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run to the left fielder here. 2 on and nobody on. You mean 2 on and nobody out? Huh. Oh, you got me there, Johnny.
Hey!
Oh, come on, Bobby. Get your horses in a line. You're funny. Here's the 1-1 offering. And that one is crushed high in the air, up to left field. Ty Murphy in foul grounds makes the play. First and second still hold on. Boy, that second baseman
Now batting,
out there was about ready to run it. Miguel Ugueto coming in now, 2 for 3, 2 singles and 2 RBIs. It's Ugueto. You got to sound it out there, Bobby. Oh, thank you there, Johnny.
Ball 1.
Oh, that's ball 1. Well, Corpus Christi leading by a run at 7-6 in the top of the 6th inning. Frisco leading 9-4 against Midland. Springfield leading 5-2 in this top half of the 6th inning. 1 out, 2 on. Boy, they could do some massive damage here against San Antonio. Yeah, they really can, can't they? That's right there, line drive, and that is out number 2. So they don't worry about the runner there at second.
now batting, short
Which that's okay.
23.
Well, here's the shortstop, Jesus Baez, 0 for 3. 8:45 p.m. as into this half inning. Thank you for the time there, Johnny. Oh, no problem. No balls and 1 strike to count. 2 on, 2 out here in the 6th. The pitch.
Ball. Inside.
And gotta try to avoid saying that word, but 1 ball, 1 strike. There you go. Here's the pitch, and that one's high. In the air, the catcher will make the play and end the half inning. Well, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And we go bottom of 6. Springfield leading it 5-2. Well, we'll have DJ Carpenter, a right-handed reliever, will be out for the Springfield Cardinals as he will get going for the bottom of the 6th inning on the mound for Springfield. We'll be right back here in this one as we'll lead it off for the home half of the 6th inning for your San Antonio Missions coming up. Well, just about set to go for the bottom half of the sixth inning. And John Baker, take it from here. Thank you there, Bobby. Francisco Acuna to lead it off, the shortstop. That one's going to be line drive. That is a base hit down. And let's see if he could get a double. And he's going to have a stand-up double by Francisco Acuna.
Now batting, center fielder, number
A no-out double meat cheeseburgers for everybody tonight. Boy, you see that beautiful downtown San Antonio area with Tower of America's lighted up beautifully. Red, white, and blue. Gotta love San Antonio.
Being here for 15 years, since 2013. It's been my home for that long. But anyway, Midland and Odessa was apparently my first home. But evidently, I tell you a story of how I got into baseball, and my uncle Robert Baker, who passed away on March 25th, 2017, was a former Midland Rockhounds fan. And every time that he went to work, he would go watch the Rockhounds play baseball. Man, was he a season ticket holder? You betcha. Ty Murphy coming in now. Sweeper is inside for a strike, 0-1. You know, we were an 8-team Texas League. You know, we had Springfield, Tulsa, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, San Antonio, Frisco, Midland, and Corpus Christi. We're all around just during his time. But now you go into the future, we add 2 new teams to the Texas League. That's Amarillo and Wichita. Right there, down and in, out number 2. Well, do you miss your uncle? You know, I miss him a lot. You know, when I and you watch the ball game, you know, it takes me back to that time when we would hang out. We would watch the baseball game, and you know, I remember a time where it was me, my brother, my dad, and my Uncle Robert. And that's a light right there. That brings in the run from third to the RBI single by Romeo Sanabria. And San Antonio gets a run back from Springfield. Now 5-3. But Springfield has been in the driver's seat since the very beginning of this game. They have really been on cruise control tonight. Braden Carpacios 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Boy, Frisco continues to add to the lead. 9-4 against Midland.
Ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes. Runner at first, 2 down. Corpus Christi 7-6 against Tulsa. Amarillo leading 3 against Arkansas in the bottom of the 9th. Springfield leading 5-3 against San Antonio. Northwest Arkansas leading 6-2 against Wichita. That one is high fly, out of play, 3-1. Don't forget Game 2 tomorrow night as we celebrate Military Appreciation Day here at the ballpark. So far, if you are a military personnel, come in and get 2 free box seats, courtesy of us, your San Antonio missions. Well, Romeo Sanabria gets the 3rd run for San Antonio, but still trailing the game by 2. 7th inning coming up, Springfield leading it 5-3. Trey Page will lead it off for the Cardinals onto the 7th inning. Well, about set to go for the top half of the seventh inning for Springfield. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Trey Page shall lead it off, who's 2 for 3 of this ball game.
Nope.
And that's down and outside is 1-0. Boy, hopefully everybody is having a good night thus far and enjoying the ball game. That one's high fly in the air. Up to center field is Kai Roberts, as that's a one pitch, one high fly out. And that is one down. Boy, it looked like Amarillo took the W there at All-American Ballpark against Arkansas. Here's Daniel Ortiz. He'll take a inside, and it's 0-1. I see you stopping yourself there, Bobby. Uh-huh. Here's a pitch. Right there. Hit to Mondu. Flip across the diamond to Romeo Sanabria. And that is out number 2. 2 up, 2 down there, Johnny boy. Huh. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Ian Petrutz coming in now. Final score 3-1. Amarillo wins it against the Arkansas Travelers. Boy, Amarillo doing pretty good in this season. Frisco, Amarillo, Arkansas, and Tulsa. Those are the 4 teams that will advance forward into the playoff rounds at the end of this one. And I'll tell you one thing there, Johnny. There's a lot of things that we hope for. San Antonio should have got into the playoff rounds. That would have been nice. Yeah, but they've had a rough season trying to get in. And right there, that is run number 6 for Springfield as Josiah Ragsdale gets the RBI triple. And they will push across that run, making it 6-3. Boy, just to tell you one thing, Springfield just wowing them here tonight. Well, for the second inning here tonight is number 31. Getting in and hitting that home run earlier. That right there, pretty good. And that's going to be a balk. So now it'll be 7-3. As the run is in to score. Now a 4-run lead. San Antonio trails this game. But I tell you one thing there, Bobby. It's going to get ugly if San Antonio doesn't do anything. Yeah, I tell you one thing, Johnny. Already a run in to score. Now a balk walked in. And yeah, I gotta say, just ugly. Only a 4-run lead for San Antonio to trail. But Springfield leads the 4. Nothing and 2. Here's the windup and pitch. And that one is outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Rainiel Rodriguez. The pitch. That one right there. And Mondu has it, flips it straight to Romeo Sanabria. And that is out number 3. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Nobody left on for Springfield. The Cardinals lead it 7-3. We go bottom of 7 coming up. Thank you there, Bobby. Clay Dungan will lead it off for the bottom of 7.
when we come back here to this one. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the seventh inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Clay Duncan to lead it off. 6-7-8 for San Antonio. No balls and one strike the count now. Springfield leading at 7-3 here in this half inning. High pop up. Third baseman gets out of range. And right there makes the play. In front of a beautiful city skyline right there. Boy, that city of San Antonio just lights up beautifully at night. Red, white, and blue, as I said earlier. Third baseman Nate Mondu coming in now. And that one is out of here. He didn't waste no time. That was a moonshot. Boy, to tell you one thing, Nate Mondu, we're going to remember him in this season when he came here into the half. Believe it or not, it was the half of July when he came in. As third baseman Rosemond Verdugo got called up to AAA. Right there, line drive to the shortstop. Out number 2. But Albert Fabian, Marcos Castañon, Rosemond Verdugo, all three of those prospects got called up to AAA and then to the major leagues. But most evidently, we do miss them a lot as we go into the month of August, into the rest of this season. Right-handed reliever Skylar Hales coming in as he'll get ready to go for Springfield. Four-seam slider and a changeup into the scouting report. Hales now pitching for Springfield. Second baseman Luis Verdugo coming in now as he takes that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Frisco 10-4 against Midland. Bottom of the 7th inning. So that call gets overturned. Now 1-1. 2 outs and nobody on here for San Antonio. That one is high fly in the air. Left field is the center fielder, makes the play, ends the inning. But Nate Mondu, boy, you look at this guy, gets one back. And now it's a 3-run ball game for Springfield as we go to the 8th inning. And the Springfield Cardinals lead it 7-4. We'll be right back as Trey Richardson leads off the 8th when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the top of the 8th inning for Springfield. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Trey Richardson coming in, 9-1-2 due up for Springfield.
Nope.
Sinker is outside, 1-0. 4,666. Boy, that is a lot of fans coming into the San Antonio Mission Stadium, known as Wolf.
Ball, that's down.
2 balls and no strikes. Springfield trying to win it for their home ball club. And the pitch, that one hit to Sanabria. Bouncy ball right there. And that will be a unassisted play as Sanabria had it for himself for the unassist. Left fielder is Zach Levinson. 2 for 4. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is out of play. Foul, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that one's going to go right there to Verdugo. Throws down to Sanabria. And in time for out number 2.
Right fielder, number 3.
Right fielder, Miguel Ugueto. 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 RBIs for Springfield. Boy, just happy that Arkansas, Tulsa, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas, being 4 teams from the North Division, coming next year in 2027. The only North Division team we don't get is Wichita. The 0-1. Right there in the end, that's counting down 0-2. Dial Hart now at 29 pitches. 2 out, nobody on top of the 8th inning.
Inside, ball 1.
And that one is outside for ball 1. 1-2. Point Corpus Christi, 7-6 as they go into the bottom of the 7th inning there at Bayfront. Right there, ground ball. Sanabria has it, and that's the inning. Well, I would say no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Springfield. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Springfield leads it 7-4. Well, Francisco Acuna leads it off for the Missions when we come back here in this one.
Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the 8th inning here tonight. John Baker, take it away. Thank you there, Bobby. Francisco Acuna coming in now as he'll lead it off. Bottom half of the 8th inning for San Antonio. Rendell Clemente, Mason Burns, two right-handed relievers in for the Springfield Cardinals. Getting going, and that one's in for a strike, 0-2. I'll tell you one thing, Amarillo winning their 55th against Arkansas tonight in All-American Ballpark. 1-2 right there, ground ball, bouncy right there to third, jump throw, and the jump throw really works. That's out number 1.
Center fielder, number 24.
Boy, that will bring up number 24, the center fielder, Kai Roberts, next for San Antonio. Boy, the mission's down to their final 5 outs. And it's hitting that one high in the air, straight away, up to left field. And that's out number 2. Boy, that was a weak fly contact for Kai Roberts. Now Kai Murphy coming up to the plate now. Boy, Frisco leading 11-4. Now they go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rockhounds having a lot of work to do in their ballpark. Boy, that is a 7-run lead for the Frisco Rough Riders. That one right there, line drive base hit. And that is a 2-out single by Kai Murphy. Boy, Frisco has really done good this year. But yeah, they have taken on Arkansas, Springfield, Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas, and Wichita. 5 North Division teams. Romeo Sanabria coming in, 0-1 to count. And so far, just a nice one. That one is in for the strike. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 offering. That one is a high pop-up right there to the second baseman. And that is out number 3. Nothing doing here for the Missions. And we go to the 9th inning. Springfield leading this one, 7-4. So we'll be right back as Jesus Baez to lead it off for Springfield. Will come in. Cardinals lead 7-4.
Well, we lead off the top half of the ninth inning for Springfield right next on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, I tell you, first thing, Frisco is doing really well, and so far for you Frisco fans listening out there in the the South Division here, Rough Riders taking on Midland 11-4, bottom of the eighth inning. The 2027 schedule for Frisco has came out. So the first start, which that's the first weekend, the second through the fourth, Frisco is at Wichita. 6 games with Corpus Christi to lead off their home opener, and then 6 in San Antonio, and then the 20th through the 25th taking on Springfield, the 27th through the 2nd taking on Corpus Christi. May 4th through the 9th is the visiting Arkansas Travelers for a 6-game homestand. Then Frisco taking on Midland, Tulsa, and San Antonio to wrap up the month of May. June will look like this: Corpus Christi, Amarillo, San Antonio, Midland, then the 29th through July 4th, taking on the Tulsa Drillers. Frisco will head from Tulsa to Corpus Christi in a 6-game set, and that will conclude the first half of 2027. Frisco will start 3 against the Wichita Wind Surge there in Frisco, and then 6 in Northwest Arkansas, and then 6 against Amarillo. August will look like this: Midland, San Antonio, Amarillo, Midland, and then 6 against in Arkansas, and then the final 6 against Amarillo to close off the regular season. Is that right there pretty good? Well, we lead off the top half of the ninth inning for Springfield. Just thought I'd get that out there. Luis Baez coming in 0 for 4. This game's 7-4 here tonight in San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes to Baez. Bobby, you want to do some?
Yeah, thank you. Here's a 1-0 delivery, and that's going to be hit right there to Francisco Acuna. Just straightaway short. Up in time, Romeo Sanabria picks him off for the out.
First baseman, number 11.
Now that'll bring in the first baseman, Trey Page, 2 for 4, triple, single, and a run. Boy, Kyle Hart doing pretty good coming into this ball game. Right there, swinging and a miss. It's 0-1. Boy, Wichita and Northwest Arkansas there at Riverboat Field in North Little Rock, Arkansas. 6-6 the score in the 7th inning.
Nope, that's inside.
Well, that's going to be an automatic ball on Trey Page, 1-1. Frisco leading 11-4 against Midland. And that's in for a strike. It's 1-2. Corpus Christi 7-6, bottom of the 8th inning against Tulsa. And then this game, Springfield 7-4 here in this one. That's right there to Acuna. Throw down to first base, Sanabria makes the play, and that's out number 2. Boy, Springfield down to their final out. Daniel Ortiz, 0 for 4, strikeout and a pop out, 2 ground outs. But so far, good thing that Frisco and everybody getting their 2027 schedules out. Daniel Ortiz coming in. We'll take that one outside, 1-0. But all knowingly that we have this month and September left. But, you know, we are going to spend as much time as we can through this baseball season. Luis Verdugo picks it up right there, Sanabria, and that ends the half inning. Nothing doing here, but 5, 6, 7 due up for San Antonio coming up right after this break. Well, we'll have a right-handed starter, or right-handed reliever, Randall Clemente, as he gets on the hill for Springfield in relief. Four-seam slider, changeup, serve, and a sinker. Getting ready to go as he'll lead off the bottom of the ninth inning for Springfield on the mound. We'll be right back here in this one. Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth. Johnny Baker, take it away. Thank you, Bobby. Braden Carpathio still lead it off for San Antonio. 5, 6, 7 due up against our new relief starter, Randall Clemente, now pitching for Springfield. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, 4 runs to win this ball game. Slider outside, 2-0. Boy, San Antonio needs to get something going. At least a few of these runs would do good. 3 balls, no strikes on the count as Clay Dungan gets on deck for the Missions. And that is ball 4, so they will lose him on a 4-pitch walk. Clemente not happy about that. The designated hitter is Clay Dungan. 0 for 3, strikeout, pop out, and a fly out. It was a line out, I should say. I thought it was a fly out. Never mind. Here's the pitch, and that one is in for the strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And whoa, that nearly just about took his nose off. Whoa, good thing he got out of the way of that fastball. Yeah, that ball would have plunked him right in the face.
That's ball 2.
And that is ball 2, 2-1. Boy, Frisco taking the whooping straight to Midland, 14-4. Top of the ninth inning. I got to say there, Bobby, at 14-4, I think Frisco has already taken that game, no doubt about it. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Clay Dungan. And the pitch. That one lined high in the air. Both outfielders give a chase right there. Center field grabs it. Out number 1. Boy, San Antonio down to their final 2 outs tonight. 1 for 3, still a home run. In the 7th is Nate Mondu. Hopefully do it again and make this a 1-run ball game if he could get 2 runs in to score. That one high in the air.
Man, up to the warning track. That is out number 2. And San Antonio down to their final out.
Catcher, number 4.
Well, that'll bring up Oswaldo Linares, the catcher, filling in for the night for Ethan Salas. And the pitch right there, high in the air. And nobody gets it, so that will land for the base hit. Man, a 3-run lead would tie it up against Springfield. Now here is Luis Verdugo. The pitch. And that one's going to be lined. And they don't get it. 1 run scores. 2 runs coming in. He scores. And man, look at that. They push for 2. Boy, that right fielder for Springfield just did a belly flop right in front of the camera. Look at that. Boy, that would have been pretty good. Now the winning run is on base now. Springfield managers coming in as that's going to do for the reliever. Boy, winning this first game would be huge for San Antonio. Mason Burns, a right-handed reliever, now on the mound for Springfield. Four-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker coming in for the Cardinals. Francisco Acuna to lead it off to the final out. And here's the pitch. Outside for the ball, 1-0. 2 for 4, double, single, and 2 runs to the leadoff batter, Acuna. Boy, this inning is huge tonight. 1-0 offering. And that one's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit. Here he comes. And that will tie up the ball game. And man, I tell you, that 3-run lead evaporated quickly. 7-7 is our score. And a pitch. That one is a high pop-up, straightaway center. And it looks like we've got extra innings coming your way. So San Antonio has granted that to all the fans tonight. We head for the 10th. And we're tied 7-7. Well, the extra innings is in. Ian Petrut's coming in now. Ortiz will start as pitch runner for the second base area. Here's the windup and the pitch right there and in for a count now. And 0-1. Boy, San Antonio hopefully trying to secure this victory tonight. That is right there, and that ball goes foul, 0-2. Well, we are definitely going to have a pitching change for San Antonio. Matthew Watson now coming out for the Missions as he gets ready to go here in this one. Kyle Hart out of this ball game. And so far, what a job he's done tonight. That right-handed reliever, Matthew Watson, on deck now for San Antonio. Sinker, sweeper, slider, circle change, and a cutter. Now pitching for the Missions. Seven our score. Top of the 10th as Ian Petut's coming in. It's that one right there. And to the shortstop, Acuna gets him out for number 1. Center fielder is Josiah Ragsdale. 3 for 4. Triple, 2 singles, RBI, and 2 runs to this man. And that is in for the strike. It's the count now, 0-1. 7-7 our score between Springfield and San Antonio both. And that did not hold up, 0-2. Springfield trying to claim a road victory all the way from the great state of Missouri. 0-2. Right there, ground ball. Mondu right to Sanabria. In time, out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, number 31.
Rainiel Rodriguez, the catcher, coming in, 2 for 4, a home run. Boy, I think Midland has lost it. 14-4, bottom of the 9th inning. They are no way coming back from that. They got slapped in the face. They got punched in the gut. I tell you one thing. No way they're coming back from it. The 0-1. Right there. High pop up straight away. And that is out number 3 by Sanabria. And that will do it. Well, no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Springfield. And we go bottom of 10. 7-7 our score. About set to go as we lead off the bottom of the 10th. Kai Roberts will be the pinch runner out there. At second base, as the leadoff batter is Kai Murphy for the Missions to come in. Winning run sits at second. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 10th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Kai Roberts, or should I say, Kai Roberts starts at second. Kai Murphy starting at the plate now. As that's taken well and inside for a strike, 0-1. Boy, Corpus Christi and Tulsa tied at 7. Top of the 9th inning. They're just like us here in San Antonio. Springfield and San Antonio tied 7 in extra innings. Winning run. And that is going to be right there. Line drive through for a base hit. And they're going to play it safe as now the winning run sits 90 feet away. And getting a base hit is huge. That would walk it off for San Antonio right there. Romeo Sanabria could be the hero tonight. And that one's outside. You know that winning saying is if you have a wild pitch, he comes in across the score. If you have a base hit, a home run, or whatever you may have, that wins the ball game. That one right there. And they throw down at the plate, nailing him. And Kai Roberts is out trying to score in to win the game. Ouch. That's a real nail biter, isn't it? Shit. You're not kidding. That was a good, perfect tag right there by the Springfield catcher.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Braden Carpathios coming in. 0 for 3, a walk and a run. Tulsa and Corpus Christi tied 7-7. Wichita 6-6, bottom of the 8th inning against Northwest Arkansas. Frisco just called the ball game in Midland 14-4. Rough Riders win that one. And right there, out number 2. By golly, looked like another route could definitely do, but if it does come in, we'll have the 11th inning coming in. The designated hitter's Clay Dungan. Dungan coming in from the stretch. Here he comes. Out number ball 1. And that one is in for a strike. Count now 1-1. Hopefully trying to secure the victory. Here's the pitch. That one is lofted high in the air, straight away center. And that will not bring anybody home. The side is retired. Well, I bet you that Springfield pitcher is so happy here in this one. Well, here is second baseman Trey Richardson. That is it. Yes, Texas League Baseball. 11th inning set to go here tonight, as we will have Rodriguez at second and Trey Richardson right now to the plate. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And here he comes, not in time. And the run is in to score for Springfield, making it 8-7. Boy, Cardinals really trying to suppress this victory. Left fielder Zach Levittson, 2 for 5, 2 singles and a run. Boy, and San Antonio has really put up a fight tonight. Here's the pitch. And that one is in for the strike. 0-1. 11th inning. 8-7 our score here in this ball game. About 9:46 p.m. getting into the extra innings. Boy, the fans have ordered free baseball on a Taco Night Tuesday, which that is good. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Henry's Buffy Tacos and Taco Bell. Also HEB as well. That one right there. And they'll get out number 1 as the runner advancing from first base goes to second. Miguel Ugueto coming in now, 2 for 5, 2 singles and 2 RBIs. It's Ugueto. That's his, trying to pronounce his last name for Miguel. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be line drive, base hit. And here comes the run. And it's in across the score. Now Springfield now picks up 2 in this half inning. Boy, Mission's hopefully trying to come back in this one and put more runs. Put more runs, I should say. Luis Baez, that one goes foul, 0-1. 0 for 5, a strikeout and 2 flyouts and a pop out. Here's the 0-1. And that one yanked foul. 0-2. Springfield 9, San Antonio 7. 11th inning. And that's going to get down for a base hit. 10 and 11 runners on base now for the Cardinals. And boy, 3-run lead would put it up to 12-7. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
And that one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 for 5, triple single and a run. 1-0 offering. That one ricochet foul, 1-1. One and one offering. Here's the pitch right there. A swing and a miss. 1-2. Boy, just another chance for Trey Page. Come in and get something going. Here's the pitch to him. That one foul. That is 1-2 the count. Hello there. 1-2. All right. Hang on and I'll talk to you in just a second. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll be right back.
Well, we're back here in this ball game as we go to the 11th inning. 2-1, one away. Trey Page coming in for Springfield. And the pitch right there, high in the air. And that one is out of play, foul. 1-2. 2 for 5 tonight for Springfield. That one out of play. By golly, how long is this game going to last?
Well, till we find a winner there, Johnny.
1-2. Right there, called strike 3. They got him.
Now batting, third baseman, number 57.
Well, here is Daniel Ortiz, the third baseman. 0 for 5, strikeout, pop out, and 3 groundouts. The pitch. And that's in for a strike, but Ortiz does not think that was a strike. But, yep, they're going to uphold that one as 0-1.
He didn't like that one at all.
Nope. I don't think anybody likes that call being a strike, but it was way outside, so he could have been right there. That one's right there, line drive, base hit. And the run is in to score. Now it's Springfield 10-7.
Number 43.
Man, San Antonio's going to have some work to do. If they could tie it up and win it with 4 runs, that would be great. And now the Mission's going to have some work to do. Ian Betrud's coming in now. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1. 2 for 5. 2 singles, RBI, and a run. Springfield trying to get this one on the road in the series opener. 17 runs tonight. Boy, that is big run history right there. That one out of play, foul, 0-2. Well, still a 7-7 there in Corpus Christi. Boy, the 8th run for Tulsa is third base. And right there, strike 3 swinging, and he goes down. Boy, they come back and they get 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go bottom 11, and it's 10-7 Springfield. Nate Mondew, the third baseman, coming in. Swings after that one, comes up empty-handed. It's 0-1. Boy, Wichita and Northwest Arkansas tied at 6-6, bottom of the 9th. 0 for 2 for Nate Mondew. 1 for 4. That one liner straight away. That's a base hit. And San Antonio gets a run back. Boy, nobody going to bed tonight. 9:58 p.m. and this game's still getting going. That one yanked foul. 0-1 to Oswaldo Linares. 2 for 4, double single and a run to the substitute relief catcher for Ethan Salas. And the pitch is down and in, 1-1. Here's a 1-1 offering. That one high in the air, straight away, up to left field. And that is caught for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, number 11.
Well, here's second baseman Luis Verdugo. He comes in 1 for 4.
The pitch. And right there, ground ball. Second for... Nope. Man, that will be the error. Ouch. Well, that third baseman gets the error. Uh-oh, he said a cuss word right there. He said the F word, no doubt about it. You're like, dang it. You can actually see his lips moving as he actually says it. Ooh, he said a big nasty word. Oh. Tyler Brad coming in now. Four seam slider, circle change, and a cutter and sinker. Dadgum. I bet his mother would say, all right, boy, come over here and get a soap sandwich. You're funny. Now Francisco Acuna coming in now. One out, 2-1. And that one right there, Lounge foul. 1-1. Don't forget, it's all about Military Appreciation Night tomorrow. Game 2 of our 6-game series. Don't forget our proud sponsors, West Creek Trail Rides, and our proud sponsors here in San Antonio. And the pitch right there, swing and a miss. And down on strikes. 2 down and 1 more to go. 1 for 5 home run, 2 RBI run is center fielder Kai Roberts. Roberts coming in, ready to go for him. That one right there, that is through for a base hit. And the run is in across the score. Now the winning run sits at first base. That is 19 combined runs. Man, I tell you one thing, it's getting pretty interesting for Springfield. These two teams have really been going at it. That's a high pop-up right there. Up to third. And Springfield wins it. Final score 10-9 as the Cardinals take the W. Well, make that win number 52 for Springfield over the Missions. Boy, tell you one thing, that was a pretty good day today. Well, Corpus Christi needs a base hit to win that one. But so far, pretty good. Mason Burns is the win. Save goes to Tyler Brad. And I do believe that Omar Cruz gets the loss. I think he does. Well, Matthew Watson gets the loss. Okay, so that's who gets the L. So the leadoff starter of this ball game got the loss. Or a no decision, I would say. But yeah, we got 4 ball clubs that are tied. 7-7 for Tulsa and Corpus Christi. And Wichita and Northwest Arkansas tied at 6-6, I should say. Well, I'm going to say 5 more games of Springfield. And it'll be off to take on the Frisco Rough Riders next week there at Statesman's Park. And then Northwest Arkansas right after that. But anyway, yep.
we are definitely seeing some pretty good baseball tonight here in the Texas League. It's already 10:04 as we get into the end of the broadcast tonight. But anyway, we hope that y'all enjoyed tonight's ball game, even though 11 and a half innings worth. And these two teams put up quite a fight against each other. And Corpus Christi wins it 8-7. Man, I tell you what, Corpus Christi now wins the 48th against the Tulsa Drillers. Drillers now 64-38. Corpus Christi now 48-55, still hanging on to third place as San Antonio trails that 1.5 run or 1.5 game lead, trailing Corpus Christi. Yeah, that was a pretty good win for the Hooks. But tell you one thing, boy, Wichita and Northwest Arkansas, trying to figure out what goes on with those two ball clubs. Boy, if the Drillers would have won this one tonight, it would have been the 65th win for Tulsa, but most evidently, when the boys come in to play baseball, and so far pretty good on that. 8 ball clubs down, 2 more to do. Man, I tell you, Springfield and San Antonio did pretty good tonight. Don't forget our 2 teams continue tomorrow evening at our first pitch time, 7:05. And so far, just a pretty good night for another night worth of baseball between the 2 teams. And so far, hope to see y'all again. Well, 8-7, Corpus Christi wins that one against Tulsa. Frisco takes the 14-4 victory against Midland. Amarillo 3-1 final in Arkansas against the Arkansas Travelers. Springfield takes a 10-9 victory as they win the series opener here in San Antonio. And then so far as we all know that Northwest Arkansas is top of the 10th inning against Wichita. But I will say, I don't think we can stay up just to see who wins. But we're definitely going to have to get the final score tomorrow afternoon as we come back into the ball game tomorrow evening. For all of us here, we hope that y'all have a good night. And we will see y'all again tomorrow evening. And yes, I got to say something too there, Johnny. Oh, well, go ahead. We want everybody to make sure that y'all get the 2027 schedule right now. As you leave the ballpark, head up to the, first base gate, third base gate, or even the ticket booth. And you can make sure that you could get a schedule for next season, which that would be pretty good. That is right, Bobby. Thank you for pointing that out. And so far, make sure you get your schedule or download the PDF of it online at samissions.com. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, thank y'all for joining in today. And so far, Game 2 tomorrow evening with Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. First pitch 7:05. Military members will be allowed in. Just show your military ID and you are good to go just to get 2 free outfield seats. So that would be pretty interesting. Well, have a good night from San Antonio. Our final score, Springfield 10, San Antonio 9.